Hello Team 3, it's Teacher Mark with your lesson today. Okay, so today we have two things we're going to discuss. Number one being some grammar, and number two being school and your favourite subjects. So looking first at the grammar, we're going to be discussing comparatives and superlatives. So we should have already discussed this in a little bit of detail before. So if we look at the whiteboard, okay, like I said today, comparatives and superlatives. When we talk about comparatives, this is going to be comparing two things or people, okay? So making a comparison between two. My example for you today, John is faster than Ian, okay? So now we know John is faster than Ian, that is between two people, John and Ian. When it is between three, it is what we call a superlative. You will see here, comparing three or more. So maybe actually it's 3, 4 or 5 people. My example for you now, for the superlative, Peter is the fastest in the class, okay? If we were to say Peter is faster than Ian, and he had many classmates, we would not know who is the fastest. So using this, fastest, we find out who is the fastest in the class, okay? You will see here my example for you today, Mr. A and Mr. B. Who is taller? Good. Mr. B is taller than Mr. A because that is two people. So we use the plus ER on the end of tall, okay? So Mr. B is taller than Mr. A. But when we add a third person called Mr. C, now who is the tallest? And the answer is Mr. C, okay? So we can say Mr. B is taller than Mr. A, but Mr. C is the tallest. So good job. So the breakdown of how we create our comparatives and superlatives is in this wonderful table here. You will see 4 headings of how we create these words. The headings being adjectives, so are nice descriptive words. The adverb, which we normally, but not always, add ly to the ending of the adjective. The comparative, so between 2, and the superlative, more than 2. So some examples we can go through. We have the adjective of slow, okay, the opposite of fast. The adverb of slow, we add ly, becomes slowly. After this, for 2 people or 2 things, we say more slowly, again with the ly, that's very important. And then the superlative, for more than 2, the most slowly. Okay, that's a regular version of how we create our comparative and superlative. Looking at the adjective of easy, because it ends in y, we remove the y and we add ily to the ending to make the adverb easily, okay? So good job. The comparative, again, we're going to be using the word more and easily for 2 people, okay? Maybe an example could be, Peter completed his homework more easily than John. The superlative form, the most. We've changed more for the most easily. So maybe James completed his homework the most easily in Team 3. Now, they are both regular. Moving on to an irregular verb. This means it does not follow the normal pattern of how we move on. So our adjective is good. The adverb here is completely different because good is an irregular verb. So we change this to well. These are things you will just have to learn and practice until you get perfect. Well, okay, that's the adverb. And then following on from well, the comparative for 2 things is better. Okay, maybe we say Ian is better than James at football. But when it's 3, if we have here Mr. A, B and C, the best, who is the best? We can say Mr. C is the best. So perfect job if you understand this, and we will discuss further. So now please take out your pupil book and go to page 33. Again, a very nice breakdown of this table. So number 5 for you reads, in the red box, we usually use than after comparative superlative adverbs, and we use the before comparative superlative adverbs. So you'll see here again, the and than. Now, I want you in 2 minutes to complete the red table of the adjective, adverb, comparative and superlative. You have here my example and the breakdown, so please now pause the video yourselves and complete the task. Okay, good job if you've finished that. I will give you some answers and then we will discuss further on at a later date. So the first adjective in your table is bad. Simple adverb. The general rule normally is we can add ly. And can we add ly to bad? The answer is yes. The adverb now becomes badly. James did very badly on his maths homework. So here you should all write badly. Moving on from this, the comparative now becomes worse. 2 people. James did worse than Ian on his homework. But when we use 3, again the superlative, the worst. Daniel did the worst on his homework in the class, so more than 3. So please fill in this table if you haven't already. Now on to number 7. You had to choose the right words to complete the sentences. So this will give you some, more help with our answers. So number 7, question 1. What do you think? Laura always does her homework. Is it too quickly or more quickly? What do we think? The answer here should read, Laura always does her homework too quickly and makes mistakes. So again, you can all pause the video yourselves and complete 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we will discuss the answers in 1 minute. Okay, fantastic if you all managed to fill in the answers. Number 2, what do you think? Hans spoke more quietly or the most quietly? Remember what we said here, if it's more than 2 people, we're going to be talking about a superlative and the most. If it's a class, we know there's going to be more than 2 people, so the answer for 2, Hans spoke the most quietly of all the people in the class. So perfect if you got the answer. Number 3, my dad drives much carefully or more carefully than my mum. Between 2 people, we know this is the comparative, so this will read, my dad drives more carefully. Again, the comparative, careful, ly, carefully. 4, you speak English really good or really well. What do we think? Again, we have an adjective and the adverb here, okay? So we're going to say you here for number 4, you speak English really well, the adverb, the describing of this, okay? And the last one, 5, I often swim. I swim often than I did when I was younger, or I swim less often than I did when I was younger. The answer you should have all got, I swim less often than I did when I was younger. So if you managed to complete all those answers, very well done. As well, obviously, some examples we've talked about homeworks, and the reason being we're talking about school today. So again, for the school subjects, this means all the different classes you might have. My examples, maths, English and science. I want you all to make a list of at least 8 subjects on a piece of paper. Okay, once you have done that, the next exercise I want you to do is write 1 subject you love and 1 subject you don't like. Okay, so here the blank, I love maths because it is very fun and interesting. I don't like history because it is very boring and dull. So you can all please write 8 subjects and 2 sentences using 2 adjectives for each answer to describe why you like or why you don't like your subjects. So please all do that now. Okay, thank you. If you managed to get some answers, we will discuss them at a later date. So we will now discuss your homework, okay? So if we look on page 32, it's all about giving a talk or presentation in the classroom to your friends, your peers, and your teacher. So being nice and confident. You can all read by yourselves at home, and you will all need to match the headings A, B, C, D, E, F, G and put them in the blank spaces. Once you have done this, this will give you a good explanation how to give a good talk or presentation in front of your class, maybe 15 or 20 students. Once you have done this, your homework will be to present to me and the class of Team 3 a 1-minute speech on your school subjects that you like and that you dislike. So you need to talk for 1 minute. So you will first write down a speech, practice speaking. I like history because, I don't like maths because, and then perform in front of the entire class. This will be good practice for the future. So very well done, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.